Hey guys, welcome back to Guys with Guts. I'm Dr. James Emmett. We spent some time, actually a little while ago when we were at the airport. We did well actually I didn't know it was rolling, and Veronica had taken a video of me talking about Guys with Guts. I want to just kind of spend a bit of time just talking a little bit about more where I came from and where this all developed within me, and part of the story, another part of the story. Like, I spent a lot of my life, not a lot of my life, but part of my life doubting myself. You know, I believe that the voices in my head that I'm not good enough, or I'm not strong enough, or I'm not handsome enough, or I'm not rich enough, started to kind of take over, and I started believing in those limiting beliefs that started to show up in my life. And I know that from observing patients in my personal life and at the clinic, that I'm not the only one who feels that way or experiences those things. That people have these things all the time. But you know, it took a serious illness on my dad when he had a stroke, and then my mom when she was diagnosed with cancer and she died. Both of those things happened within 6 months, that I really had to take a hard look at what it is that I believe to be true. Now, when my mom died, and my mom was dying, she gave me a message, and the message was one of those that provided a catalyst for me to initiate change in my life. And the message was this, that it's up to me now to stand tall, head up, and face the future no matter what it brings you. And I've used that to become a catalyst for my life and moving forward in terms of what I want to do, in terms of sharing my experiences with you guys, experiencing what I've lived, some of the stuff that I've lived through. And this is where my life began to transform. My question for you is, though, guys, can you afford to wait? Can you afford to wait for a health crisis? Can you afford to take time to wait for something to happen for you to take action? I urge you, please start taking action on your health. Start to look at what you eat. Really look at what you eat. Listen to your body. Feel what it is that your soul is calling you to action, calling you to do, and how to transform your life. There's greatness in everyone. And I know that some people say there's no greatness in me, or there's no greatness in that person. But you know what? There's greatness in everything, and greatness in everybody. Everybody is great at something. You just have to find it. Take the time to find out what your greatness is. Greatness is everywhere. And I ask, where is greatness not? This is the thing that people forget, that the world is beautiful. People are beautiful. There's greatness everywhere. Take the time to figure it out. My son is a competitive ski racer. And I talked to the coach after one of his recent competitions. And I said to him, I said, how do you deal with the mental side of things with these kids that are 9 years old? And he talked about my son, and he said, you know, your son was up at the starting gate and for his very first race, and he was tight, and he was nervous, and he was withdrawn. He was so far in, that when he skied tight, and he skied not flowing, and he got to the bottom. He finished, but it just wasn't him. At the next race, there were 2 races on that particular day. At the next race, my son Jared was at the starting gate, and Vern looks at him and says, Jared, let your lion out! And from that moment, Jared laughed. And when he laughed, he loosened up. And he loosened up, and he skied a great race. So I get you guys. Find your lion. Let your lion out. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Dr. James Emmett.